Today, we are going to Orvieto, a beautiful medieval town in the Italian Umbria region. From 1992, this town has been hosting the winter edition of the famous Umbria Jazz Festival of Perugia. We are going to study the effect of New Orleans musical traditions on the ancient setting of Orvieto and learn about the people's reactions to this cultural contrast. We've identified two bands for this year's edition: an Italian marching band called Funk Off and an American folk band based in New Orleans called Todd Awaits Pigpen.
Vede, il funk è nato a Vicchio ed è stato esportato da Vicchio direttamente nelle migliori e nelle più importanti capitali del mondo. Parliamo di Londra, parliamo di New York, parliamo di Melbourne!
Sono nati nel 1998 da una mia idea, da una mia esigenza espressiva. Cominciai a pensare all'idea di un gruppo che unisse la musica al movimento. Avere musicisti che sono coinvolti al 100% nella musica. Il funky è il funky fatto all'italiana, è scritto all'italiana, infatti c'è un brano nostro, si intitola Funky, scritto F-U-N-K-I, Funky, scritto all'italiana, Funky Funky. La nostra musica, noi la chiamiamo funk made in Vicchio, perché è un tipo di musica, funk rende molto l'idea, secondo me, del movimento.
E dal 2003 ci è piaciuto tanto, hanno fatto un show a Perugia e da lì li abbiamo portato a Orvieto e da Orvieto li abbiamo portato a New York e da New York poi li abbiamo portati in Australia, a Montreux, Istanbul, Brasile e adesso siamo appena tornati in Sudafrica anche.
Perché noi abbiamo suonato in tanti festival e in tante città non lo respiri il festival, perché c'è un concerto magari a distanza di 8 km da quell'altro, 10 km, per cui qui invece respiri, qui come a Perugia, respiri il festival.
Un anno addirittura mancavano parecchi soldi, allora abbiamo detto di togliere il marching band. C'è stata una rivoluzione, cioè tutti i negozi eccetera eccetera sono impazziti, perché il popolo lo voleva, proprio disperati.
Uno dei complimenti più belli che mi sia stato fatto è stato fatto proprio qui a Orvieto qualche anno fa, dove, sai, qui ci sono musicisti che vengono da tutti gli Stati Uniti, dall'Italia, dall'Europa, ma prevalentemente siamo italiani e americani. Allora una volta uno di questi musicisti mi ha fermato e mi ha detto: guarda, è bellissimo questo progetto, complimenti, bla bla bla. E io gli ho chiesto: da dove vieni? E lui mi ha detto: io vengo da New Orleans. Io gli ho detto: guarda, per me i tuoi complimenti valgono doppio, perché tu vieni da dove c'è la radice di tutto. E lui mi ha detto: yes, we are the roots, but you are the branches. L'ispirazione di questo gruppo viene anche dalle band di New Orleans. Per me questa è un po' un'evoluzione tra la marching band, che sia la marching band di New Orleans o le nostre marching band, le nostre bande italiane, e la big band. La cosa di questo gruppo è che quando noi andiamo a suonare all'estero, e ci è scapitato perché comunque abbiamo suonato dall'Australia agli Stati Uniti a tutta Europa, al Brasile, al Sudafrica, appena siamo, io non so come mai, ma capiscono che siamo italiani e non quando parliamo, lo capiscono dalla musica.
We asked them what the relationship was with the audience during their performances.
Suoniamo insieme da 16 anni. Questa nostra amicizia, questo nostro essere naturali tra noi, lo ritrasmettiamo con il pubblico, cioè ci piace in quei momenti sentirsi un gruppo di persone in mezzo a altre persone e che vuole avere having good times. Di energia, questa empatia, il fatto di avere il pubblico a mezzo metro, a 1 metro, è bello sentire la loro partecipazione mentre suoni, possono battere le mani, ci piace far cantare, ci piace interagire.
Dario's perspective on how different cultural backgrounds influence the audience's reactions to their music was very interesting.
Quando andiamo all'estero facciamo sempre la stessa cosa, è un po' diversa la risposta del pubblico, perché c'è poco da fare. Noi europei siamo molto più legati a certe cliché comportamentali rispetto per esempio a come non sono a Johannesburg. Noi a Johannesburg ci hanno travolto con la loro empatia, con la loro energia, solarità, voglia di divertirsi, questo esprimersi corporalmente, sentire la musica e farla propria e non avere inibizioni di muoversi, di interagire con noi. Come italiani questo tipo di città l'abbiamo sempre respirate. Io penso magari che per gli americani che vengono qua sia per loro, forse questa è una domanda alla quale loro ti risponderanno in maniera molto diversa.
I think just the involvement of the town and all the people are, you got the locals, you got the tourists, you got everybody engaged. From a distance you'd say it's a crazy combination. It shouldn't work, but it seems to work very, very well.
It's an amazing. You think of the hill towns as being quite quiet and more refined, and then you bring the music in, and the energy of the place completely changes. So it's a fabulous contrast.
And then you engage the kids and the grandparents, and you got grandparents dancing around like crazy and little kids. It's wonderful.
It's fabulous.
We followed Dario's suggestion to ask the perspective of American musicians on performing in an ancient setting. We went to Palazzo dei Sette, a 16th century palace with a cafe that Umbria Jazz Winter uses for informal performances. The band Todd Waits Pigpen was playing. They are an American folk, country, and blues band that is based in New Orleans. This is the first time they perform overseas.
One nice thing about music is that it always kind of communicates through, cultures and everything. If you're having a good time and you're putting something good out there that makes you feel something, that people are going to feel it whether they understand what you're saying or not. So I think it really conveys emotion really well, and that's what people pick up on from music.
Well, when you play music on the street, you have to play a little differently, because it's not like here where you play for a sit-down crowd and people are quiet and the same crowd watches you. You're on the street, you have like people passing by, so you only play, 2 or 5 minutes, that's all, and it's a new crowd. And then you have to play louder and sing louder because there's no microphones, no PA. And so what you do, it's more one-on-one entertainment.
Invece come siete venuti a conoscenza di Todd Waits Pigpen?
Questo è il nostro spacciatore di musicisti di New Orleans che ci trova delle cose che ci stanno nel New Orleans Jazz Festival, così. Abbiamo una specie di agente che poi sempre con Carlo Pagnotta che va tutti gli anni a New Orleans. Anzi, è Carlo che li sceglie, insomma, lui li trova, lui va al festival di New Orleans, li rivede camminando anche per le strade a vedere i musicisti che cantano lì, suonano, così si fa, alla base proprio.
Oh. I enjoy being able to reach people that aren't used to our style of music or haven't heard our style of music or our genre before, because we're covering stuff that's a little bit lost in history. 30s, 40s, 50s, folk country blues. you know, some people, it's really nice to ask somebody if they like country and they say no, and then we play a song for them, and it turns out they do like it. They just didn't know what it was, you know. So we like to educate people and make people smile, make people happy with what we do.
You know, one thing cool about New Orleans compared to a lot of other spots in the United States is you're allowed to play on the street. You know, they not only let you do it, but they encourage it. And a lot of the spots in the United States, they don't allow it. You know, they'll kick you off. So New Orleans is really nice because it's built into the city to play on the street. And so that's why New Orleans end up staying there more often than not, because you can always do it. Compared if you were on the West Coast or East Coast, you know, they kick you off and you're not allowed to play. So that's why New Orleans is special.
We were curious to learn about what the spectators and the band felt when modern American music was performed in an old 16th century building.
Credo invece proprio che questo contrasto possa essere molto particolare, quindi può rendere comunque bene questo accostamento così diverso all'America moderna, anche se è una musica classica, ma questa musica moderna americana e la nostra, diciamo, tra virgolette, antica struttura artistica molto pesante, insomma, molto barocca. Quindi probabilmente questo connubio, anzi, può essere una cosa interessante.
Yeah, I had a perspective, but not against so much the historical setting. I think my perspective is more against the Italians and watching the Italians watch the Americans and appreciate the Americans. I think in America you probably wouldn't find a crowd that's as sort of old and distinguished as this watching a band like this. You know, it'd be a bunch of young people in New Orleans at a bar late at night. So I was interested to see how people appreciate this in a way that perhaps wouldn't be appreciated in America. You know, it's very sort of democratic. As you know, growing up here, I think.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's very democratic. Everybody's out on the street together, the young people, the old people, you know, goth kids with like old men, you know. You don't kind of find that in America.
I think at first it was slightly uncovered just because we weren't used to it, and it's very humbling to be in a place with such history, you know, long history. But once we started getting into it after the first set and stuff, we really got a good feeling for it, and I think the crowd picked up on that, and we were able to adjust accordingly every set afterwards. We kind of reconvene and talk about what we did right, what we did wrong, what we can do better. I think it's been getting better and better as we go along. We're just having a really good time.
The name of the game is have fun. So, you know, when in doubt, have fun, and it'll all work out. And it seemed like it's been working out. We just played a big show. The place was packed, and we played one of our songs, "Roll to Alabama," and we told the crowd it's a sing-along song. You know, we say "Roll to Alabama," and they shout it back, and it worked. You know, they were shouting it back to us, which is really fun.
Today, we discovered a lot about musical cross-cultural relationships. We learned from two different perspectives. First, we learned that combining two completely different cultural backgrounds, New Orleans music and ancient Italian architecture, results in an even richer outcome. It's a similar process of what the leader of Funk Off, Dario Cecchini, was illustrating when explaining the musical style of his group through the metaphor of the tree. The Italian funky is based on the New Orleans marching band tradition, the roots, and Funk Off enriched it with Italian musical traits, the branches. Second, we learned that people around the world perceive a given music differently according to their culture and upbringing. Both Funk Off and Todd Pigpen were remarking that the reactions to their music and the demographics attending their performances vary greatly depending on what country they are playing in. For instance, the American crowd receives folk music as a tradition of its own and dances to it. The Italian crowd instead perceives it as a foreign tradition and sits down and, out of curiosity, listens to it. After all, the beauty of music is its dynamic and adaptive nature. Today, we found proof of this at Umbria Jazz Winter 2014.